How we doing, guys? Sam here at Anglers, and today we're going over bobber selection. What am I going to use which bobber for different conditions? So you can see in front of me, this is a little kit by Billy Boy. Tons of different little bobbers come in this pack for you to kind of get you a head start on different bobber selection. So just going over a few of them that we have here. This is going to be a slip bobber, which is going to slide up and down the line for you. It's going to be a little peg bobber. And then these here are all snap-on bobbers. Now there's a couple different variations. We have some spring ones, and then we have some ones that are weighted with more of a clip style. So starting out here with this peg bobber. So these are really, really light bobbers. They don't have any weight to them, and they're also super simple to rig. So it's a matter of sliding your line through one of these, and then pegging it on the whatever side, usually the top side there. And this is a line you can adjust it really easy, just pop it out and move it along. So this is a great bobber when you need something that you don't need to cast very far because it doesn't have any weight to it. So anytime you're doing some lightweight bluegill fishing, stuff like that, and you want a small bobber but you don't need any weight in that condition, this is great for you. So moving over to your most popular bobber, majority of the time you're going to want to have something that casts very well. So these snap-on bobbers are great options for you. So you can see there's two main popular styles. You have more of a cigar style, and then you have more of a just round sphere float. So you can see these two bobbers I have in front of me are the same weight. What you're going to notice the difference is this one here is going to be more buoyant because even though it's the same weight, it's obviously much thicker, wider. So this is going to slip through the water column a little bit better. So if you're doing some more really, really tiny finesse fishing, maybe you're trout fishing, stuff like that, and those fish aren't going to really run off with your bobber, take it under very much. Or maybe you're doing something a little bit bigger, white perch, yellow perch, something that's got a little bit more power to them and is going to take that bait down a little bit further. You might want to go with this one so you're going to be able to see it a little bit better. Another advantage to the cigar float, though, is the casting distance. So I'm going to be able to cast a lot further just because it's a little bit more cylindrical. And we dropped that one, but I can grab another one from behind me. Really good if you want to cast far. So if you're fishing for heavier stuff, maybe stick with this one. But if you want that casting distance or you're fishing really finesse, it's nice to have this with that little bit of weight. So the other two bobbers I have that are more of a spring style bobber, these are really great when the fish are going to be having a really small bite to it. So something maybe in some colder water conditions, you're crappie fishing or trout fishing, and the water's pretty cold. You want something that really shows any little bit of movement. These nice, really cylindrical bobbers, they're going to stand up straight for you here in the water, which is going to be great. They don't cast very well, so you do need to keep that in mind. So going over how we attach these. So with this one, I'm just going to pull up on this spring here. And you can see there's that little slit there. I'll just wrap it around a couple of times. And that'll sit just like that. And then I'll add a weight to it, and it'll help balance it out in the water column. So the other is the more traditional weighted snap float cigar sphere bobber. I'm just going to move up here on the line. So you want the weight facing down. If not, your bobber won't really sit correctly in the water column. So I always like to start with this side because it's a little bit easier. I'll just push that. Depending on the line, a heavier line, I might only wrap it 1 or 2 times, but the line's a little bit lighter, I might wrap it a few more times. And then you're going to want to pinch on this side and then kind of grab a fingernail and open up this end and put it through a couple of times there to keep it in place for you. Just like that. Add whatever weight and bait you need underneath and you're all set there. The last one would be a slip float here. So there's a couple different options on your bobber, how you're going to stop that float. So here I have more of the traditional kind of line tie knot, which are great, especially for lighter conditions. If you're fishing something a little bit heavier and you need to really make sure that doesn't move on you, or the slip bobber you have is weighted, I'm going to move more towards one of these guys from Eagle Claw. It's a bobber stop with a little bit of rubber, stays in place a little bit better. So to add one of these to your line, you can see they come with the tiny little metal clip there, and I will just pull that through, and I like to pull out about 5 or so inches just so I have a handle. Double that over. I'm just going to pull that off of that onto the line and make sure it pulls through there. Now what you're supposed to do, which I forgot to do, is, oh wait, no, we're good. Then you can slide your bobber onto here, and this one here. So what that'll do for you is it allows your bobber to slide down to your lure, which is going to help you cast a lot further because you don't have that long tag end hanging out. So if you're fishing a shad dart under here or a small jig, or even just bait fishing in general, it's nice to be able to have that better casting distance with that bobber when it can slide all the way down, so you have the force there. It'll slide up to wherever it is when it hits the water, and it'll just sit right there in place. You can adjust this wherever you'd like it. So those are your bobbers, when, why you might want to use them in different situations. So we thank you guys for stopping by, and come on in and check them out.